Hello everyone. Welcome to 1 month fast track course training for Python. And basically, in this course, I designed this course because there is lots of hype about artificial intelligence. Why artificial intelligence after the release of ChatGPT, transformer models that do based in case of like language generation, language translation, drug discovery, and many other things like the object detection, like the hype of artificial intelligence. Basically, large language based model is getting lots of hype, right? So for this, you need to get some basic knowledge about some of the programming languages. If you have experience about C, C++, Java, then you know how the program, how you write a program, or the structure of program, right? And algorithm designs and the fast track methods for converting your idea into the product or into the patents is using Python. So in this course, we will be discussing more about what is Python, why we need Python, and maybe we won't be discussing more about the history behind the Python, right? There are some programming languages that do well and have an execution time bit faster than this Python. So this course, me myself, Sadiq Batra, and I've been working as research students or PhD research students in artificial intelligence, basically in the field of bioinformatics. If you have any query about bioinformatics issue, then you can directly ping me. So for this, I will I will be giving you some of the additional tips about how can we use those large language models for our research studies, and how we can do collaborative research, how we can narrow down our research to our problem and then find a perfect solution for it. Okay. So for this, what I did is the very first thing is I go to ChatGPT, and what I give is create a course content 1 month plan for Python programming and AI, and we get this Python programming. The first we will get the basic understanding about what is Python and how the program work, and then we discuss about how we can set up this Anaconda, Jupyter Notebook, VS Code. These all are ideas for programming, and we will discuss about the types of data. Okay, integer, float, string, and what types of data do we need to what data types do we need to assign for the variable. Okay, and the different strategy for handling those data, and the basic string manipulation, like how can we truncate, or how can we split, or how can we join, what the functionality between these, how can create a string from the list, like that. Basic input output operation regarding the file operation, control flow, if else structure, like how can we narrow down our logics. Then basically lambda function, and the list comprehension for reducing the line of codes. Python data structure, list sets, tuple, and dictionary in depth. And you don't need to remember all these things, okay? It's already available in internet. Just you need to know the concept, how it works. And error handling while programming, like you get an error, and then how do you handle? So for these, they use try, accept, and final block. And how do you work with the JSON and CSV file? Then we proceed right to advanced Python programming concepts, for which we will be discussing about object-oriented programming. How do we structure our programming using the tactics of object-oriented? How do we create class, objects, constructor, this declaration, attributes, and method simply refers to the function. Inheritance, polymorphism, and encapsulation for code reusability. And then we will be discussing how do we create modules, how do we import those modules. Basically, in this case, we will be discussing about NumPy, pandas. And then next is we will be working with the NumPy simple exercise. How do we perform the mathematical operations, like add two array, multiply two array, cast two array, or broadcasting methods in array, indexing, slicing, and then we go with the pandas. Basically, it's easier to work with the pandas, right? It's And then how do we do data wrangling, filtering, sorting, and grouping methods? And understand that, like in this case, we won't be diving more into theory. We will just grasp the little concept behind those methods, and then we will apply. We will code by ourselves to understand the core logic behind that. Then we proceed to the introduction to artificial intelligence, for which we will be discussing more about like AI concepts like what is AI, machine learning and deep learning, real world applications, how the AI is being used in object detection, how the AI is being used in drug discovery, or how the AI is being used in like developing a driverless car. And then we will be discussing about what is data processing and what are the procedures behind that. Data cleaning, handling missing values, how do we handle like mode methods, or quartile-based methods for handling data. Data normalization and standardization. Why do we need normalization and standardization while we are creating our data sets and making it ready for as ingredients to pass into the network. Then we will be introducing feature engineering, for which we will be discussing more about what is feature engineering, how do we create features, how do we analyze those features, whether those features are relevant to the model or not, are those features highly correlated or less correlated. So for this, you don't need to worry, okay? We will be doing lots of exercise for this, and then we will be working with introduction to machine learning with scikit-learn. Like if you are a complete beginner, then if it's better if we can go with scikit-learn. And the good thing about scikit-learn now is they are releasing like LLM based scikit-learn also. That's a good thing for you all. And we will be discussing about what is regression and what is logistic regression, how do they model the data points, and how what is the logic behind it, how they work. And then we will be discussing about model training, what is model training, testing, evaluation, and the matrices to evaluate the performance of that model. Then next with hand and AI with Python, for which we will be like working with these models. Besides this, we will be working with other thing also. Then we will be go with deep learning for PyTorch, building neural network in PyTorch, AI model developments, and then we will be working with a capstone project. And for these, like I will be developing a daily quiz. If you are active learner, then it will be good for you. So, and also question and answer session or review of concepts for struggling students. So let me give you a simple example. Like most of the code we will be using Colab, Google Colab, Google Colab. I'm going to give you a simple example. There are lots of things that I have to. So for this case, I need to create something new. No, I don't think so. Sorry. I think I have all other file. Mm, oh, well, I think I need to create a new one. Okay, create a new one. It's for renaming Python. Python starter. Okay, so you can check the option here. You can do anything. New notebook in Drive, open notebook. Like if you have some code written already, upload notebook that like IPYNB file. Then you have lots of options. You can check it in Google Colab. Okay. So simply, I just want to like write a code to check whether given numbers are or even. So we will be writing here We will take a number from user, check whether the given number is odd or even using modular rule, check and print the decision. So for this, let me write the logic. Let me give a equals to 10, okay? And we will check here a modulo 2 is equals to 0. If a, you can see here, we don't need this one, it's already done here, okay? Now just run the code. This is a normal exercise for you. Will be okay. You can like check for alert, satisfied. Now we proceed with the functional program. If I check number, we'll be getting this. Sorry. If a modulo 2 equals to set to see the number whether it's odd, even, print decision logic. Now what we can do, we can run this and maybe what it is going to do, take a number and check for that. Like if a modulo 2, it calculates like um, the remainder. It gives the remainder. If remainder equals to 0, then we can say check the remainder. If the remainder is equal to 0, then it will print even, otherwise this will run this byte. Now what we can do is a equals to a output equals to sec number 23. Second, we need to pass argument because we passed here, right? We decided we need the function needs to take one argument. Like let me check with this, and then you get it right. Otherwise, we can do what we can do is if model equals to return true, else return false. We can check this logic. Can you guess what will be the output here? What will be the output? Can you guess? Yeah. Definitely false. Ah, sorry. If we can define this logic, if out you get a result like true or false, then you will check. If output equals to true, then it's like assignment or comparison, and we will do this now. You will get the same thing, right? It's only the difference how you write the code, okay? So you want to do one more exercise, I will give you write code to take a string from user and return all the elements with all the characters into list. Can you try for this? This is the code, okay? What was text a string? Then create an empty list for which we will be adding each elements one by one. And then for I, it goes through all the characters in the string, okay? And then what it does for each character is it's appending all those characters in list, and then it is going to print. Then let's see. Uh, Python. Python is like, let's see. Enter. You see it, right? Like if you decide uh, those elements within the list must be unique, then you need to go with a set, which just collect the unique elements within that string. Now let's do function programming for this. Okay, define what we do to define a string to list, then which takes string, right? And then what it does, define this. Logic is same, okay? You need to understand like how the programming works. Then what we do call is like we will say string output equals to string to list hello, and then it will print. Why we are doing print here, you know, right? Here we are not defining like we are not printing the last element of the list, okay? So we will be printing the final output here. Let's check. You get it, right? This is like a normal programming. This is like a functional programming. So and now don't get tired, okay? I will be explaining all those logics. For this, like I need to like give you some basic idea about how do we install Anaconda, how do we set up environment, how do we develop like install Python in our local environment, how do we run Notepad, okay? Notepad, or I mean to say like uh, Jupyter Lab. I can show you one magic also, okay? Then you open Notepad. Yes, sorry. Right, so like this. That's the file that's already open, right? I don't know. Oh, I got it, I got it. Let me paste this. What it does, takes a string. Okay, save. I'll save it in desktop. Just file. Okay, wait, save. Desktop, desktop, tested by. Is it tested by? So it's tested by, okay? Oh, file type is no open with VS Code. Now you open here, right? But it's taking. So there's a defect, like I save it as a .txt. Now I need to remove this again and then go here. Okay. and then go here to save. Just now, yeah, it's now completely a Python file. Okay. Now, what you can do here is like go to. I'm just giving you concept how you can run that file in your local device. Okay. Now go to CMD command line list cd desktop list do you see Python test file, do you see, and you can sorry. Mm, I think we need to write in, you see, right? You need to, like, if you want to specify that string, the, the input that you have given as a string, then you need to pass it in double inverted, okay, quotation. You get it right. You want to try more? Test. Python. It takes this special sort as a one elements of this string. You can see here. Okay. So this much for today, and I hope you all will do the exercise that I will assign for you, and we will join in our